Well, hello there, gang. Welcome to the 30 episode 120 the 30, of course, is a Jackman Group LLC production. This is a weekly live broadcast focusing on items that our viewers and listeners are looking for. We provide information, knowledge, and entertainment to all of our viewers and listeners across the world. I am glad that you are here to join us. We had some little bit of technical difficulties earlier, but we are here. Do me a favor, go ahead and like and share this broadcast. I have some exciting things that I'm going to be talking to you about. If you've missed any of our previous broadcasts, you can catch us on my personal LinkedIn page or my Facebook page, or you can go to the Jackman Group LLC YouTube channel, and all of our broadcasts are listed there. When you are at YouTube, make sure that you like this episode and surely subscribe to our channel. Over the last month, we've been talking about whether it's team enhancement, whether it is organizational enhancement. In the last 2 weeks, I've been talking more in terms of personal development. Tonight, we're going to continue in that mode where we're going to be wrapping this up, but I'm going to give you some very specific things in terms of how do you go about helping you, investing in you. So we started it off last week where we talked about coaching, we talked about mentoring. I give you 6 specific strategies. You can go back and catch that on last week's broadcast. And I told you this week, I'm going to expand upon coaching. What is coaching? What's the difference between coaching and training? When do I coach? When do I train? And then we're going to be pretty much wrapping it up, talking about why you need to invest in yourself and getting a coach that will help you to take you from where you are to where you should be and where you deserve to be. So we're going to do that shortly. Stick around, give me about 10 seconds, and we will get started right into coaching. What is it? What does it look like? What is not? And what are the 5 main types of coaching? Stick around. Certainly, welcome to the 30. This is Patrick. I am your host. Again, we bring this each week to you. And our mission really is to bring you knowledge, information, and entertainment each and every week, wherever you are. So we're going to be talking about coaching. What is coaching? What is a coach? What does that look like? I've done my research, and I realized that the coaching industry, according to what I've read, is that the coaching industry this year alone will be about a 14 to 15 billion dollar industry worldwide, and the majority of that comes from the US. So think about that, guys. 14 to 15 billion dollars industry this year. So if we look at it, what is a coach? And what is coaching? So this is something that, as you know, I'm pretty passionate about when it comes to leadership, when it comes to developing leaders, more importantly, developing yourself. So let's take it according to Brian Emerson and Ann Lohr in the book called A Manager's Guide to Coaching. And I highly recommend this book. They said coaching, or a coach, let's look at a coach first. A coach is someone who helps another person reach higher effectiveness by creating dialogue that leads to awareness. So that's their definition of a coach. But let's take it a step further and let's talk about what is the definition of coaching. According to the International Coach Federation, they describe coaching as a partnership with clients in a thought-provoking and creative process that inspires them to maximize their personal and professional potential. So you have the definition of a coach, we have the definition of coaching. What it is not, in all of my research and all my years of developing others and being a coach myself, it is not coaching, is not counseling. Last week we talked about the difference between coaching and mentoring. Coaching is not mentoring. It's not consulting, and certainly it is not therapy. So we know what it is. We know what it's not. One of the things that as we go into our clients and organizations and we start training and developing, what I'm hearing now in terms of, or I'm seeing on some of the socials or reading, there's this big dilemma, or this big misunderstanding, I should say, between coaching and training. Well, here's the thing. Coaching is not training, and training is not coaching. Well, what do you mean, Patrick? Tell me more. Well, here it is, because that's a huge misconception. We have some individual, and this is just my opinion, but you can also do the research. So here's the difference, right? And I've done professional coaching. I've also coached sports. And I'm going to give you an example. And I'm also going to draw from the book that I've read and from my research. There's a huge difference between when to train and when to coach. If someone is not able to do something, let's say a skill, and I'm going to bring it back to a sport that I love, and that's football, meaning soccer. Let's say that I'm the coach of a soccer team or football team worldwide, and someone is unable to dribble the ball or pass the ball. Now, I'm the coach of the team. Here's the thing. Big difference between coaching and training. If the person is unable to dribble or pass the ball, I can't coach them how to do it. And this is a huge difference. I cannot coach them how to do it. What do? I teach them, I train them how to do it. So training is about the skill. So if someone is missing the skill when they're unable to perform a task, you can't coach them how to do it. You have to teach them or train them how to do the task, how to perform the skill. So that's training. Now, let's take a look now at coaching. So let's say they know how to do it. They can perform the task. They can dribble the ball well, right? But they don't have the motivation to. They don't have the focus to. They don't have the insight to do it. They just don't want to do it. They're not excited about doing it. They're not excited about playing defense. They don't have the desire to. Now, that's a different story. I can't train them to how to have a desire. I can't train them how to have excitement, but I can coach them. That's the major difference between training and coaching. Again, I cannot coach someone who's unable to perform a skill or task. I can teach them, I can train them. But if they know how to do the task, but they don't have the motivation to do it, or they don't have the focus to be effective, or they don't lack they lack the desire, or they need some form of inspiration, that's where coaching comes in. That's the big difference between training and coaching. And I hope that you're following me and understanding this. And if you have any questions or comments, I want you to drop it in the comments field, in the comments box. Or if you have any questions, go ahead and do that. Because there's so much misconception. There's so much misunderstanding out there between what is coaching and what is training. So before I can get into the types of coaching that's available, I want to clear that up. And again, that is my opinion. You're free to express your own opinion. But I just demonstrated to you what is the difference, and I hope that it makes sense to you. So with that said, now let's move into what are some types of coaching. And we talked about this last week, but I'm going to take a deeper dive. And last week, I talked about some of the strategies for development, but we're going to go right into the 5 types of coaching that I gave you last week. So the first one is what we call executive coaching. This is where you're meeting more one-on-one with senior managers, presidents, vice presidents, directors. You're meeting with leaders or managers within the organization. And you are helping them. Remember what we said about our definition of coaching. We're not teaching them to perform a task, but we're helping them in terms of, number one, finding out what their goals, because the first thing that you want to do in coaching is really identify what the goal is or what the goals are of the person. So you're going to meet with the person at this level, executive coaching. So you are what we in that suite or the C-suite. You're at that level at this point. So the coach basically helps the leader to understand maybe some of their competencies, see how they're perceived by others. You're clarifying, you're identifying some of their goals, where they are, where they want to go, and what are some of the steps that they currently have to achieve those goals. So you're entering into a partnership with an executive. That's the level of executive coaching. Now, what are some of the other steps or types? The next type is what we call career coaching, where you're providing information or support to employees that's looking to make a career change or transition, whether it's short-term goal or long-term goal. We're not focusing on skill here. We're helping them in terms of professional guidance. We're not mentoring them. That's we talked about that last week, what the difference is. But we're looking at this person, and this person has come to us and says, I have one of my goals is to switch from where I am in this job or this type of career to another type of career. So that's a career transition. That's career coaching. That's a career coach. Another type of coach or coaching, and this type is becoming extremely popular. And we're seeing the numbers in terms of dollars go up each year. This is your life coach or life coaching. And this is quickly becoming one of the most popular types of coaching. And this is where you are looking more in terms of the person's life. It could include their career, but you're looking more in terms of what are their goals as it relates to life, health, and fitness. finances, relationships, spiritual growth. So you're focusing on that type of coach or coaching, and that's life coaching. So that's the third type of coaching. And someone's here. I'll come back to that in a moment. If you have a comment, just drop it in the comments field. The fourth type of coach or coaching is organizational or business coaching. And this is one of the things where the Jackman Group, uh, the organization that I represent, this is the area where one of the two areas that we focus on. And this is where we provide guidance, right? Not task, not skill, but we help provide support in identifying goals, creating strategies, helping the business owner, the entrepreneur, get from where they are to where they want to be. Help them to enhance the overall performance of the organization. They're doing it as a coach. Your coachee. The coach doesn't do it for the coachee. The coachee is the one that does the work. You're lending support. As I said last week, a great coach is the one that talks less and listen more. So if your coach is talking more than you, whether it is on any of the four that we listed, you need to look elsewhere. The next type of coach or coaching is what we call a performance coach. And this is where the coach basically helps, whether it's within an organization. And this type of coach could be working with leaders as well within the organization. But you're looking to help the organization move forward in terms of improving work performance, looking more from a strategic planning standpoint, assessing or helping the organization assess. So you're lending support in that way. Moving towards a global organizational piece, whether it's profit, non-for-profit, whether it's in ministry, but that's more of a performance coaching perspective. The last one, and this is where we excel, this is where we focus on from the Jackman Group perspective, is leadership coaching. Here is where we work with leaders specifically. Again, helping them to reach their goals, to become more effective as a leader, to help enhance their leadership acumen. We're not looking from a skill perspective. We're looking for help them with their confidence, becoming more confident as a leader, helping them be more focused, and inspiring them. And this is where we ask specific questions. We dig in and help them to uncover, bring them to a point of self-awareness. It's not about fixing things for them. It's not about going in and doing it for them, because that's their responsibility. As their coach, we may show them or demonstrate or ask about different strategies, have them look at things in a different light by asking the right types of questions and simply listening to what they have to say. So those are the types of coaching or coaches that's offered. Again, in summary, you have your executive coach, your career coach, your life coach, organizational or business coach, performance coach, and last but not least, your leadership coach. If you have any questions, let me see someone, a Facebook user, they haven't given StreamYard the ability. So that's why they're coming up as Facebook user. So you have to give StreamYard their approval. So it says training is teaching a skill to someone or a team who doesn't have a specific skill set, and coaching inspires motivation to perform. I love that. That is so on point. Thank you so much for that. If you want to drop your name in the chat, I will certainly give you credit for it. But that is so on point. Training is about a skill. The book talks about, when we look at training, it's more in terms of aptitude. When we look at coaching, it's more in terms of attitude. Do you have the desire to do something? Are you excited about moving forward? Do you have the focus? Do you have the desire? And if those are lacking, that's where a coach can help you. Now, the Jackman Group, we do both training, leadership training, team enhancement, strategic planning, but we also do coaching, both business and organizational coaching, as well as leadership coaching. And if you desire, I encourage you. We would love to work with you. So if it's your desire, if you think that you're lacking in one of those areas, or you need to enhance what you already have, I'm going to tell you to, hey, send us an email. Let us know how we can help you. So here is how you can get a hold of us. You can send me an email at info@jackmangroupllc.com. That's info@jackmangroupllc.com. I would love the opportunity to partner with you. So as we wrap up, so why should you get a coach? Why is it beneficial to get a coach? Why should you invest in a coach? Because we're talking again about investing, right? Investing in yourself, personally, professionally. That's an investment in you, trying to take you to the next level. So a coach is the one that will help you get there. A trainer or training will help you improve your skill set. So if you want to get to the next level, if you want to improve, if you want to enhance, whether it's strategy, if you have a goal that you want to get to, you need someone to help you look at it in a different light. I remember a couple of years ago where I had so much going on from a business perspective with the Jackman Group. We had different entry points. If you look at it, and my coach, she broke it down and says, Patrick, here's the house. You have many entry points. How about if we narrow it down to one door? And I was like, wow, what a revelation. Because I wasn't looking at it like that. I had many entries where people can come in, where businesses, but I wasn't focused on that one thing, that one door, that one entry, that one interest point. And it took my coach to point that out to me, is that, have you looked at maybe creating just one entry point? I was like, dang, that was worth the investment. Revelation. So if you are looking to improve, not in skill. But if you're looking for someone to help you in terms of inspiration to get to the next level, let us know. So reasons why. Number one, reasons why you should hire or invest in a coach. And we talked about this briefly last week. Why do you need a coach? Especially a leadership coach. One, you're a good leader, but you want to become a great leader. You're good, but you want to become great. You're great, but you want to become extraordinary. So you want to improve. You need to gain a better perspective about your abilities and how to utilize them. We're not talking about skill. Again, skill is about training. Or you need different strategies as to how to look at your team or your business owner. And you need someone to have you look at different ideas and thoughts. You have specific goals for your business. You're an entrepreneur. And you have specific goals. But you need that little push, that someone to inspire you, someone to help you look at things in a different way. Take the time to invest in you. And I guarantee you, with the right coach, and it doesn't have to be us, of course, there are many great coaches out there. Coaches that know what they're doing. But you want to make sure that you're investing in the right type of coach for you. So take a look at the coaches, look at your goals first and foremost, and see if a coach is the best thing for you and the type of coach that will take you to the next level. So that's about it, folks. I hope this was helpful. I want to thank you for tuning in. I know we came in a little bit late, but I want to thank you for being here. Again, if you have any questions for me, make sure that you drop me a line. You can also call our business line. Business number is 585-861-6828. Or you can send me an email at info@jackmangroup.llc.com. So until then, I want to thank you for being an awesome guest of mine. We will see you next week, where we'll start something new in November. So join us next week for another episode of The 30. Make sure that you are safe. I want to thank you once again. May God bless you and your family. We'll see you next week.